YouTube Live. This is my first one. Hanging out at the San Clemente skate park. I'm on baby duty. Got all three of them today, and we're right before church. So I thought I'd clear up some stuff on my most recent videos on Plato and on romance. The first one is from the Partaking Objection. I don't know if you've seen the video is pretty recent, but one of the weird things about this is the objection is this, that the forms, there's my son right there, Sebi, by the way. The forms are meant to explain how different things can be the same, right? How they can share the same property. And I think I used the example of green. I said the form of green is exists in multiple different places. For example, the plant and the statue. And I said green is supposed to be that thing that unites those things. But here's what's weird. I also said that green can't have parts, right? It can't be something that's not my kid back there. It can't be something that can have parts because, first of all, I said it's non-physical, right? Now there are some non-physical things that would have parts in philosophy, but not parts like physical parts would be, right? So not parts that are divided by space, and that's the weird thing about that's the reason really why you can't have green existing in two places, because if it's non-physical, if that's what the form is, then it shouldn't be able to exist. It shouldn't be able to exist only partially in some places and partially in other places. Oh, the baby is. This girl is such a she's such a rascal. She is definitely wants to get out there and skate. Another weird thing about it is that if you were to say that, let's say the statue and the plant all got a piece of the color green. Here you go. Here's my watch. If you were to say that they all got a piece of the color green, then you would have multiple pieces of green. And what makes them all green, right? And what the weird thing is that it would be like you would have a second problem of the form, right? Like you would have green plant, green statue, piece of green in the green plant, piece of green in the green statue, and now you're asking that same question, what is it that unites those two pieces of green, right? You have to have this form to explain that again. And that is a problem for a different view that we'll talk about eventually, but that D.C. Williams is a philosopher came up with. Shoot, no, I can't think off the top of my head. I can't think of what it's called. Gosh, oh well. Yeah, that was it was a popular view like maybe 50 years ago, and then people started to realize this has got the same problem that we had before. And then so that was the partaking objection from Plato, from his Parmenides. The other video I recently did was the one on romance, and here's what was interesting about that one. I felt like I felt like it was important, as that anthropologist points out, to note that romance isn't the true love, isn't that thing that we're all looking for to make us happy. However, as he was saying, like his analogy was that it's kind of like perfect pitch, being able to experience, that deep falling in love craziness that we all see on the movies. This skate park is filled with gnats, dude. It just freaking drives me insane every time I'm here. Yeah, so what was it? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, imagine you tell somebody who has perfect pitch that they shouldn't be worried about singing. No big deal, right? That is a big deal. It's a huge deal. If you have perfect pitch, you probably love to sing. You probably are. Oh, it's probably a big part of your life, right? Now, thinking about his adjudication of the romance. Oh, there's my son in the background. Yeah. All right, just a second. I will. They always want to be videotaped at these skate parks. So, go ahead, son. I got him in the back. I think he's in the back. Woo!
Get your feet right.
Nice, Hav. Yeah.
Farther back, Lucas, that way you can get
All right.
right.
So his point was that not everybody can experience that in the same way, but if you can experience, it's probably a huge deal for you. So saying that it's no big deal, saying that you don't need that, yes and no, right? You might personally desperately need that. You might need somebody to experience that with you. So if you were to say, like, oh hey, you know, not everybody needs romance, right? Like, I don't need to bring flowers to my wife, or I don't need to do that special, I don't know, whatever it is that you do for your husband or your wife. If you were to say that, then you probably are gonna get yourself in hot water, right? Like, if your husband or wife is the kind of person that needs that romance, then man, that's part of what being married's about, right? So yeah, I hope that clarifies what I meant on that video. It's not to say that romance isn't important, not to say that it's not good, but it's to say that that's not what we're aiming at fully, right? It's not the last and final thing that we want. Anyways, hope that clarifies some stuff. Hope this was a fun, this is my first YouTube live. I don't know if I'm gonna do it at the skate park again. This is a little nutty. But anyways, have a great Sunday, guys. I don't even know how to turn this thing off right now.